lot of people think confidence is something you either have or you don't have. Well, I know personally that confidence is something that you can build. For you, your support system is endless. You have your family, you have your friends, you have people here, people in your business.
Gold medalist Nikki Stone is a successful speaker, motivating executives across the country with inspiring experiences that led her to win the gold at the '98 Olympics. Nagano, Japan was freezing that day. Winds gusted to 40 miles an hour. 25 Olympic competitors were whittled to 12. TV stations were broadcasting the event around the globe, and Nikki Stone was next in line at the top of the jump.
Due to my fear of heights, I was so nervous about actually doing this jump that it helped take away some of that pressure of the camera being just inches away from my face. I was extremely tense, and I tried to block out everything else and just focus on those elements of my jump. It only takes a millisecond for something to go wrong, and it costs you an Olympic medal. I was feeling great, except for my spine. This is an injury I'm gonna have for the rest of my life, and I really had to learn to tolerate that pain if I was even gonna come back to jumping again.
Oh, she did it! She did it! That is gonna be a terrific score. I think she may have put out a reach right there, Ted. She knows it.
That day in Nagano, Nikki Stone won the gold medal, became America's first ever Olympic champion in the sport of women's inverted aerials, and defied doctors. What makes her performance inspiring is that 2 years earlier, a chronic injury prevented her from even standing, let alone skiing 40 miles an hour down a slope and landing after twisting and spinning at the height of a 5-story building.
Every single one of those 10 doctors told me, Nikki, you may never jump again, and in all likelihood, you may never ski again. But I couldn't accept that. I had this dream since I was 5 years old, and I was gonna keep it alive.
That passion drove Nikki Stone to capture her Olympic gold medal dream. Today, she shares her secrets and motivates audiences across America to excel and achieve their gold medal goals.
Ladies and gentlemen, Olympic gold medalist Nikki Stone.
Thank you. We talked about my coming in on a 12-foot tall snow jump, but I decided that the ceiling was a little too low and I might get caught in the rafters.
Nikki's trademark philosophy, the turtle effect, helped her overcome her devastating back injury just 2 years before winning an Olympic gold medal, and inspires audiences nationwide to overcome challenges and accomplish their own objectives.
That philosophy was taught to me when I was a very young girl, about 5 years old, and it was taught to me by my mother. And she told me about something called the turtle effect. And she said, in order to have success, you have to be soft on the inside, you have to have a hard shell, and you have to be willing to stick your neck out. In order to have a hard shell, I needed focus, commitment, and the ability to overcome adversities. In order to stick my neck out, I needed to believe in myself, I had to take a risk, and I needed the teamwork to pull it all together.
Motivating executives by taking them through her journey to the Olympics, Nikki articulates each point with experiences that raised her to the top podium at the Olympics.
When I was about 5 years old, I learned how to build that soft inside and found my passion in gymnastics. And I saw Nadia Comaneci score a perfect 10. And I ran into my living room and built up some tables and chairs and imagined my own Olympic podium and imagined what it was like to be an Olympic champion. And as I stood on that little podium, I told my parents I wanted to win the Olympics someday. And they said, well, do you know what it means to be an Olympic champion? And I said, no, but I know it means being the best in the world, and that's what I want to be. In order to build up that hard shell, I had to start with focus. I had to make sure that I wasn't thinking beyond what I could do.
An Olympic gold medalist, Nikki persuasively explains why believing in yourself, taking risks, and working as a team are critical for success.
Got to the bottom of the hill, and after that first round, I found I was in 12th place. I was sitting right on the edge. I went back to the cup where my coach was standing. He said, well, a couple options. We can go for an easier jump. We can do a double backflip, one that you know and you know how to land, and it's easier for you. Make sure you're in finals. Or you can go for the triple backflip, which is a lot more difficult jump to land, but you'd be ranked higher in finals. And I looked to him and I said, the gold medal doesn't go to the conservative. Growing up, my grandmother always told me, the brave do not live forever, but the cautious do not live at all.
Nikki's remarkable experience fascinates audiences and gives them practical applications to tackle their specific challenges each day. Succeeding in business is a lot like succeeding as an Olympian. Passion, focus, commitment, the ability to overcome adversities, believing in yourself, taking risks, and teamwork are necessary for success in the business world, and were necessary for Nikki to become an Olympic gold medalist.
You have to shine when it counts. When you're with a client, it may be half an hour, it may be an hour, but there's a lot of work that goes into that hour. And you have to make sure that you're ready to shine in those key moments.
AT&T, Pepsi, American Express, Delta Airlines, the United Nations, John Hancock, Fidelity Investments, Chevrolet, New York Life, and Hilton Hotels are just a few of the clients Nikki has motivated.
I recently had the pleasure of sitting in an audience when Nikki was speaking. And as I looked around that audience, there were some 400 salespeople. Each and every one of them was riveted to her message, and many of them taking notes. The reason they were taking notes is that they knew that what she had to say would apply directly to their sales careers as professional salespeople. She had the ability to take and transfer what she had done, overcoming obstacles as an athlete, in order to reach her goals, because she knew what the audience needed and wanted, and to transfer that message to them so it was meaningful for them when they went out and resumed their sales careers after that conference.
What Nikki said at our meeting was exactly what our employees needed to hear. I was so impressed how she took the time to review with me the needs of our employees. By inserting the American Express Blue Box values into her speech, it was as if it became a total part of her program. I would highly recommend Nikki to any company looking for a powerful motivational speaker.
One of our greatest similarities is that we all have to take a risk in order to reach the top of our game. If you don't at least try, you've already failed. So why not go home and risk taking that venture variable annuity, or more specifically the Principal Plus for life, and find out how it improves your business.
Captivating the audience, Nikki helps them feel the success they can have by relating the moment she received her gold medal.
I was so excited that I took my skis, ran over to my boyfriend, threw my arms around him, and forgot to drop my skis. And as I had my hands around him, I whispered in his ear, I did it, I did it, I did it. And they said, from the United States of America, Olympic gold medalist Nikki Stone. And I stepped onto the podium and bowed my head as they put the medal around my neck. And I had chills up and down my entire body.
To sustain value long after her presentation, Nikki provides take-home items that continue to remind participants of key points to apply for their own success.
Every day I went to the gym, I'd take my Super Ball with me. And when times got the most difficult, I'd bounce my Super Ball and remind myself to have that strong outer shell, because no obstacle was too big to overcome.
Wherever Nikki Stone speaks, audience members love her and leave with a desire to apply her strategies in their lives.
She really connected with me and showed me that gold medalist or not, we all have what it takes to overcome difficult odds. Nikki's story of hard work and determination really inspired me to go out there and do what it takes to succeed.
This was not the typical athlete talk that I've heard so many times before. She aimed her remarks directly at me and my business. And it was apparent to me that Nikki Stone spent time understanding the audience, understanding our business, and then giving us practical tools that we could use to succeed every day in business.
Nikki's interactive approach generates excitement and allows audiences to jump into the Olympic spirit. Her energy and enthusiasm continues to win over audiences nationwide and helps them to realize their own capabilities. In addition to being an Olympic gold medalist, Nikki is also a magna cum laude undergraduate of Union College in New York and a 4.0 summa cum laude graduate at the University of Utah in sports psychology. When Nikki isn't inspiring audiences, she motivates Olympic athletes, devotes time to charities, and appears on shows such as David Letterman.
Well, I wish you lots of luck, and I know all of you will achieve whatever your gold medal may be.
Let Nikki Stone inspire your executives to reach their gold medal mark today. For more information on how Olympic gold medalist Nikki Stone can help your company team learn to overcome obstacles and reach their goals, contact the provider of this video.